Hi everyone, it's me Vic. So to make this video, I'm actually using Meld Studio instead of OBS Studio so I can show you some really cool things in OBS Studio. Now, I am going to make a mention. This is going to be more of a redo of a video that I have out there that has a lot of views. So let's get started here. Once you get a Wave device from Elgato, it could be a Wave mic, which is a Wave 1 or a Wave 3, a Wave XLR, or a Stream Deck Plus or Stream Deck Plus combo with the Wave XLR dock. You would need either of those devices to unlock this software. The moment that you get the software installed, it's going to prompt you to reboot your computer. Once you do, you're going to start routing your audio. Now, what I mean by routing your audio is you're going to come to the Windows volume mixer directly from here. As you saw, I clicked on the menu. And you're going to come here and start configuring where you're routing your audio. In this case, my default output device is Wave Link System. All Windows audio I want to be able to control through Wave Link System. My input device is always going to be my Wave Link microphone effects. And the reason why that is because I use VSTs. Now, I do have an Elgato EQ VST available as a preset for higher octaves, more so tailored towards those like myself for female vocals. But men can use it if they have a more higher voice. It does work for them. Anyways, if I needed to fine tweak anything, I would. Currently, I'm experimenting with different EQs, but my preset is something I always go back as a default for. Anyways, let's move on. Now, in this disclaimer that I'm going to mention, you cannot control Wavelink audio through any streaming broadcasting software. You can route the audio from Wavelink, and then it'll go through the software, but you're always going to control and adjust the volume through the software. So you can use the Wavelink plugin for your own personal hearing, your own use in here. Now, if you're using Wavelink Stream, that's kind of where the statement is false. It is one set audio, and then you could just toggle on and off. So the headphones here is your hearing, and the stream here is what your people are hearing. Now, if you're using Wavelink Stream as your source, then that's fine. You can actually just turn on and off, and it'll mute within. But if you're like me and you like to do individual audio for full control of audio, because maybe you don't want your system going through your stream. Maybe you don't want sound effects, or maybe you want sound effects, but you don't want your browser, right? Maybe you want your voice chat for your buds, but you don't want them on stream, or maybe you want them on stream. It really depends on personal preference. I would not want all of that coming through Wavelink Stream. I'm very particular about that because sometimes I don't want people to hear the music that I'm listening to. So in other words, I could basically mute it in Wavelink Stream, but I don't want to do that. I want to be able to route the music if I want to have the music played at a specific interval. So I prefer to have individual audio input channels, which is what this is about, as opposed to one solid thing where everything is going through. And the reason why is because of Twitch VODs. Now, I am going to mention, if you're using a soundboard, you're going to want to use route to microphone effects if you're not using an individual channel. I only use this when I'm in Discord. Now that I have a soundboard in Discord due to the Nitro use, I may not need this anymore. But I keep it on there just in case, like it's random where I hit a button and, giggles. But that's the only time that I'm really going to do that. Now, you could do the same thing with voice mod, but that's another video. I've fully covered it. Nothing has changed. So we're not going to jump into the whole voice mod bit. This is just specifically using the Elgato stuff. All right. That being said, you see the audio channels, and now we're going to pull up OBS. Now in OBS, so that way I could show you the usage between the Stream Deck as well as OBS and controlling the OBS audio, not your Wavelink audio, but your OBS audio, we're actually going to create some sources. So the first thing that you're going to want to do in audio is your microphone, right? So we're going to name this microphone effects. And we're going to select our Wave Link microphone effects. The next thing that we're going to do is we're going to do an audio output device. So in this case, sorry, I was saying game and case together. I'm going to do game audio, right? So I'm going to go to Wave Link game. Now you can be specific and type in Wave Link game, but honestly, audio is audio. So we already have it configured and it's routed. And as you can see right here on the audio, I want to do that. I just want to make it big enough that it shows up on the screen here for y'all. All right, so we have the game, we have the microphone effects. Now I want to be able to adjust this. So we're going to pull up Stream Deck because I want to be able to control what my stream hears versus what I'm hearing. And in order for me to control what my stream hears, I need to set that up here. All right, so we're going to go and type in OBS. It would be ideal to install the OBS from the marketplace, the plugin anyways. And we're going to actually go to Dials because Dials, if you have a Stream Deck Plus, is probably the easiest way to do this, unless you want to do a button. If you prefer to do the button, then you're going to go to your audio mixer here. And you can either adjust and do it individually. But if you have dials, it's honestly very simple. So the source that I'm going to control is my game audio. And what I want you to see is right here where my mouse is pointed. And I'm going to turn the dial here. And as you can see, this is going to control the stream audio in OBS. Now, I want to be very clear about that. You cannot control Wave Link's game by using the Wave Link plugin for OBS. It just doesn't work that way. So if I want to control the game for OBS, I have to create the plugin for OBS as an OBS source for the plugin for OBS. I hope that makes sense. I wanted to be very thorough about that because there's been some miscommunication in my previous video where people are thinking I'm controlling all of my Wave Link audio through OBS, and that's just not the case. I am controlling OBS audio through OBS. Now, if I wanted to control my Wave Link audio, as an example, that would be an input right here. And do you see where it shows you the information? We're going to select game. And this is my Wave Link game. As you can see, and I'm turning the dial here, but I want you to pay attention here. As you can see, this Wave Link plugin does not control the OBS audio. So if you want to control the OBS audio, you're going to have to install the OBS plugin, control the OBS audio. And we would just do that for each individual audio input. I wanted to be very clear about that. Now, the reason why I'm also mentioning game is for the low latency feature. I haven't really brushed up on this in a while, but low latency feature is something that if you have an aux cable for your headset, you connect it into the back of your XLR dock or your Wave XLR or your Wave Microphone 1 or Wave 3. And basically what it is you're able to hear the audio real time, meaning low latency. For example, those people who play the FPS games, that way you're able to actually hear real time the game as opposed to the delay that you would get in the software. A lot of people think with the capture cards or, when you're doing anything as far as dual PC capture cards, anything capture card related, it's transferring a digital audio output. Unless you're doing something with, for example, like ChatLink Pro or something when you're doing like gaming with parties or something. Personally, I do all of that on Discord, so I don't really use party chat. I don't play FPS, so I really don't notice a delay when I'm gaming, but I do know that people who are playing the FPS games, every second counts, right? So if you're using the aux cord for your headset to the back of the dock, the Wave XLR, and I say dock, I'm talking about the XLR dock, the accessory for the Stream Deck Plus, your Wave Mic 3 or 1, then you're good. You're going to be able to hear it real time without any latency, regardless of what your capture card's doing. There's always going to be some minuscule delay, And that is something that is stated if you're using an Elgato capture card. They do indicate that on their support website when it comes to the actual like device. They talk about all those technicalities. So please make sure you do your research when it comes to that. But other than that, this is pretty much a touch up to the video. That way you're able to understand and clearly understand that you can only control OBS audio with the OBS plugin for your Stream Deck or Stream Deck Plus, as opposed to the Wave Link. If you want to control just Wave Link, which does not control OBS audio, you're going to install the Wave Link plugin. So that way you're able to control the audio for your use. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I hope this video was helpful.